Hey, fourth graders, this is Fraction Review, pages 301, 302. All right, let's get started. So, number one, fill in the blanks with the correct number. So, 5/8 equals what over 24? Let's do an example question. So, let's do 4, 6 equals 18. What over 18? Okay, so you're trying to figure out what our numerator is in this fraction. So if I know that 6 times 3 equals 18, do the same thing to the top. So if I multiply 3 to my denominator, the number on the bottom, I also have to multiply my numerator, the number on top of my fraction, by 3. So 4 times 3 equals 12. So do the same thing here. All right, figure out what do they multiply to get the denominator. So 8 times what equals 24? 8 times 3. Okay, so do the rest of the steps by yourself. Number 2, reduce to lowest terms. That means you are simplifying until you can't simplify anymore. So let's do example question here. Let's do 3/9. So how can I reduce 3/9? What number can I divide 3/9 by? I can divide the top and the bottom by 3. So 3/9. So 3 divided by 3 equals 1, and 9 divided by 3 equals 3. So I can reduce 3/9 to 1/3, and that's the lowest term. So after I'm done dividing that, I ask myself, is there a number that I can divide 1 and 3 by? No, right? I can divide by 1, of course, but that just gives me the same thing. So yeah, that's the lowest terms. Can't go any lower than 1/3. Number 3, change to mixed or whole number. So we got an improper fraction here. They're asking us to change it to whole number. So let's do 12/8. All right, so how can I change this to a mixed or a whole number? So you have to do long division, right? So 8 goes into 12. How many times? I say 1 time. 1 times 8 equals 8. Subtract that, 4. So 1 and 4/8. Okay, 1 and 4/8. I got the 8 from my divisor here. And ask yourself, can you reduce this? Yep, I can reduce this. I can divide 4 and 8 by 4 also. So that'll give me 1, and 4 divided by 4 is 1, 8 divided by 4 is 2. So 1 and 1/2 is the mixed number for this question. So you might not always get a remainder. So let's do one without a remainder. Let's change, let's do 9 over 3. Okay, so change this to a mixed or a whole number. If I divide 3 into 9, 9 goes into 3, 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 times 3 equals 9. Subtract that, 0. So there's no remainder, so I don't have a fraction here. So it's just 3. Okay, so no fraction. Change to improper fractions. So 3 and 2/9. So let's do 4 and 2/11. All right, so how can I change this to improper fraction? Remember the steps. Multiply your whole number by the denominator, so 4 times 11. Then add my numerator, which is 2 in this case. So 4 times 11 equals 44, plus 2 is 46, over whatever our denominator is here. We just put it down here, which is 11. So 46 over 11 is my answer for this one. So do the same thing here. Just, do the same thing here. Multiply 3 times 9, then add 2. And your denominator is always whatever the denominator is in this fraction here. Okay? All right. Add or subtract. Just remember, you need to have the same denominators for when you're adding and subtracting fractions. Our denominators are the same here, so you have to find the common denominator. One number can go into both 8, 4, and 3. I'll just tell you guys, 24. All right, so do the rest by yourself. Okay, same thing here. All right, so remember, you can't subtract a fraction by a whole number, right? So you have to, excuse me. So you have to take 9, and since you took a whole from here, you go 9. Was it 9, and then sorry, 9 over 9s. Yeah. So yeah, since you took one whole here, so we know that when a fraction is the same, the top and bottom, that equals 1. So 9 and 9 ninths is the same as 10. We got the 9 ninths from our fraction here. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done these, huh? Okay. All right, so then you would subtract this. So this would be 9 ninths minus 5 ninths. Okay, multiply, very easy. You just multiply across, but make sure you do cancellation first, right? Okay, because I can do 3 and 3 can go into 3, right? So I can simplify this by just putting 1. Okay, so you want to do cancellation first and then multiply across. Yeah. And if you have a whole number like this, make sure you put it over 1 and then multiply it. So this becomes 12 over 1 times 4 ninths. All right, and you can't multiply mixed numbers by a fraction. Okay, so you change this to improper first and then multiply it by 2/3. All right, let's go to the next page, page 302. So this review, divide, and check. All right, I think we've done these plenty of times. Okay, solve these story problems. Logan measured his backyard. It was 31 yards by 37 yards. What is the area of his backyard? So underline the question, circle the numbers. Okay, so I got 31 yards by 37 yards. And it's asking ourselves what's the area of his backyard. So his backyard looks something like this, right? 37 by 31. And it's asking us what's the area. Well, we know that the formula for area of a, this is a rectangle. So formula for area of a rectangle equals length times width, correct? And that will give us how many square yards. So our answer would be in square yards. So tell us how many squares of 1 yard by 1 yard. What's he trying to do? Grass, I guess. Would he need in order to cover his backyard? Okay. Okay. B. Let's see here. While shopping, Whitney bought $15.31 worth of new things to give to a missionary family. Her sister Crystal spent 3 times as much as Whitney. Sorry, this whole thing is to be circled, right? How much less than $100 did they spend? Okay, that was a weird question. All right, so while shopping, Whitney she bought $15.31 worth of new stuff for a missionary family. All right. And her sister spent 3 times as much. So first you gotta figure out. So great. Okay, so this is Whitney spent this much. So Crystal spent 3 times as much. So Crystal spent 3 times as much as Whitney. So this would be 3 times $15.31, right? How much less than 100 did they spend? Okay, so you have to figure out, first you got to figure out how much Crystal spent. So take this amount here, add it to Whitney's amount here, $15.31. So add those two amounts. And you're trying to figure out, I guess how much less than $100 did they spend. You can think of it as, if they spent $100, if they gave the cashier $100, how much change should they get back? All right, the same way to phrase the question. So you need to add the two amounts together, subtract that by 100, and then you'll get your answer for this right here. How much less than 100 did they spend? So how much the change should be. All right, find the perimeter rectangle, 9 feet by 16 feet. Well, we know the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times length plus 2 times width, okay? And then perimeter of a square is just 4 times s, whatever s is. Solve and check this equation. All right, just remember you should do the side with no letters in it first, and then solve for n. Multiply. All right, follow the signs. Okay, should be pretty straightforward. All right. Okay, that's about it. All right, almost done, guys. Just was it 3 or 4 more lessons? Okay, take care.